Thank you for helping me. Okay, this is ACI 4, Chapter 4. Today is 27th of February 2025. Welcome back. And let's set our motivation first. So I invite you to close your eyes. And I want you to think of where you are right now. The problems that you are facing, the challenges in life. You know, think of the perfect world you would like to see. And know that what we are going to learn today will help us to get from where we are right now to the perfect world. And promise that you will use what we are going to learn today to help create this perfect world. And that is the payment for the class. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Here we are in Chapter 4. And nice to see everyone back. Okay. So in the previous class, Chapter 3, we learned the definition of valid perception. Pramana or Sema, Sadhu Miluwe Rikpa. Sadhu means fresh, Miluwe unmistaken, and Rikpa means the state of mind, which means a fresh, unmistaken state of mind. And then we learned that Sema Kebu is the being that has this Pramana, a being with Sema, a being who has Sema. That is what we learn, right? we learned that a being who has Sema refers to the Buddha, Sema Kebu. A being who only has valid perception, a being who has valid perception all the time, and therefore they are correct. And they have this connotation of a connotation of a being who will not lie, who cannot lie. Obviously, if they have valid perception all the time and they only have valid perception, then whatever they say is Sema, right? So they cannot lie. That is a very important point. That when I was a student, I don't see why, but now I understand it is important. And today we are going to learn. We say the Sema Kebu, their valid perception of the things of what? Is it any different from what I see? Do they see anything that is different from what I see? Right, so we want to know. So we learn this one, Sik Yu. Sik means look, Yu means object. So what are the things that they look? Is it same like what I look at the things or not? Is it same or not? Okay, so like for me, I look at things right now. Oh, I can see the screen. I can see okay. I can see only here. Now I look at another place. Oh, I can see this one, the things around me. There's so much I can see. Can I see everything? Can I see all the things in the universe? No, I can't. Okay, so what is the difference between the thing that I see and the thing that a Sema Kebu see? So we want to look at this one, the object that the Buddha see. Okay, they see directly, they don't need logic, okay? So Ji, Nyepe, Che means they see, Che is existing things. So they see as many as there are the existing things. In another word, they see everything. They see totality. Okay, they see everything, really everything in the universe. All the things that there is. So that's point number one. Again, what they see and what I see. I see only, I see Rache, I see Jaslyn. I only see these few things, Oh, I see the things around me. I see the garden. I see the sky, these few things. Such a small, what you call it, view. But they see totality, all the things in the universe. So that is one difference. Okay, totality, really totality means in past, present, and future. They see every existing things in the universe, past, present, and future. It's difficult for us to wrap our mind on that statement, right? I work on that for a long, long time. I still don't know whether I get it correct or not. Why? Because of this limited, this brain. Sometimes we got this feeling, right? This is how we conceptualize, how you see the past, present, and future. So you're struggling to wrap your mind around this idea. How could that be? Yeah, so I wouldn't share how I look at the things because what I see may not be correct. Okay, so the next one will be, he see all the things as they are ultimately. Means that he see the things, their empty nature. He see the ultimate nature. Okay, in other words, the first one you can think of that as they see the deceptive reality. And the second one will be they see the ultimate reality. Okay. And he see all these things directly. The key thing is directly. He see it directly, means that he did not use reasoning. He don't need logic reasoning. Yeah. He don't need logic or reasoning. Like for me, I need logic or reasoning. When I see, oh, I know if you turn there, I know what are the things I can see over there, you know, or from some of the clues, I know what is on my right. Okay. And they see directly, they don't use memory or recollection. But for me, I need to think, okay, I can, from my memory, I pass by, I know there's what are the things around there. But they see it directly. So that is a keyword, directly. But for me, no. My one based on memory, based on some clues. So they have fresh, means that not memory directly, okay? Fresh, direct perception. Each instant towards every object. You see both of these reality directly and simultaneously, effortlessly. I like to add the word effortlessly, means that no need the effort like us, not by force of the previous moment, not a, again, I rephrase, in short, he sees all the things that there is, and he see all the things as they are ultimately, okay, and he see it directly and simultaneously, okay, not based on logic, reasoning, not based on memory. You see it directly. That is the key thing. So it's different from me. If I really go and uh, look at it in detail, I can see that how different it is. Now I see how correct am I. We understand if that is how the Buddha see things, if it is true, then how correct am I? How correct is this being? So if there is really a being that can see, number one, the totality of every existing things. Okay. Number two, can see their ultimate nature, the empty nature of all the things. And he can see directly, not using memory. Okay. Then, wow, that is very much different from my limited, small, memory mind, right? Oh, I mean, I never thought about that. But while preparing for this one, then give me more thought about every word, what it means. Wow, I can't believe that. And I never really think about that. When we do the paper, we just memorize, blah, 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 just write down. Okay, but when you think about that, now, wow, it's unbelievable. So if there is such a being, if it is true, we proved ourselves right in chapter 3, then the valid perception, this Sema Kebu, the being who has valid perception. Now we see why he has valid perception. Because he only have valid perception. And he have valid perception all the time of all the things in their conventional nature and also in their ultimate nature. So if that is true, do you think can we rely on authority? Yeah. So I give you 30 seconds to think about that. Okay, so let's look at the question number 1 is in your this one. Okay, we have already covered this one that says that okay, the term valid or correct perception is sometimes used not only to refer to a state of mind, but to the Buddha himself. This is because of the special object towards which only a Buddha has correct perception. So describe the two parts of this object. Okay, without looking at the answer, who can tell me? What is the first one? What are the objects that he see? The sick you. Sick is the look, la avolo, kitisvara, Guanyin, how they look at, it's normally used for, I think, for I being. What is the first one? They say the two special objects that a Buddha see. Totality, very good, Emerald. Totality, you see every existing things in the universe, the totality, all the things that there is. And what about number 2? So to help you to refresh your memory, yeah, Emerald say nature of things. Yeah, the true nature of things, the ultimate nature of things. Yeah. The things as they are. Okay, so let's look at the answer. Okay, they see the totality and they see all the things as they really are, which means emptiness, which means the ultimate nature. Okay. Which means the empty nature of the things. Yes, correct, KL1. Yeah, the things that they really are, the empty nature of all things. So he can see both. Can we see both? No. When we are in direct perception of emptiness, we see either one. We see the ultimate reality. When we are coming out of the direct perception emptiness, we see the deceptive reality and we don't see the ultimate reality. When in the DPE, direct perception emptiness, we see the ultimate reality, but we are not seeing the deceptive reality. So we always see either one. But the Buddha see all existing things in their deceptive reality and also in the ultimate reality, all at the same time, simultaneously and directly. Yes, yes, correct. KL nature. KL Wong, yeah, known self nature. The emptiness, the emptiness, the empty nature of things. Yeah, how things really are ultimately. Okay, so that is question 1. Just a revision for question 1. Then question 2. So the question is, does the Buddha ever see something he saw before? Does this mean that he's capable of a perception which is not correct? No, he can see the totality, means past, present, future, everything simultaneously. Okay, and he see directly. He does not rely upon recollection. He see it directly. Remember, he see fresh and directly. Which my mind cannot do that. Okay, so it's difficult for us to understand. Say, so next one would be very interesting. Okay, so just now we say, okay, so Lord Buddha is a Sema Kebu that can see everything. I can rely on what he say. Okay, I can take the authority. Okay, and this is what he said. He said, Jinpei, Longche, Trimki, De. Jinpei, Jin is the giving, Jinpei, giving. Remember the perfection of giving, the first one. Okay, if you give, then you have Longche. Che is the things, that's how I remember. Longche means a lot of things. That's how I don't trust what I say. That one is my own understanding to help me to remember, okay? That is not the explanation given by the teacher. Okay, Longche is possession, okay? So when you give, you will have possession. Okay. Okay, and trim, sutrim, you remember sutrim? Morality. Huh? Sutrim, perfection, morality. Okay, trim, key, morality by, there, happiness. Means that if you keep your morality, you will be happy. So this is what Buddha says, the one who has valid perception all the time. And he's telling us this statement. So this is what he said. This is what he said. Can I see directly what he say? Can I see directly or not? I cannot see directly yet. That one, what reality is that? Is that an obvious reality to me? No. What reality is that? We have Nungyu, Kokyu, Shinto Kokyu. Which reality is that? Okay. Hidden. But I think it will be deeply hidden, right? Deeply hidden. The subtle workings of the karma, which I cannot see directly because it's not an obvious reality to me. And I cannot think it out. I cannot think it out logically. I cannot. I can only rely on authority. Yeah, I can only rely on authority. It's a very deeply hidden reality. So I need to rely on authority. Just now we already say, we go through, remember question 1 and 2, we say, Semakebu, the one who can see everything, totality, and can see their ultimate nature as well, everything all at the same time, simultaneously and directly. So we say, yeah, I can rely on what Lord Buddha say. But Lord Buddha say, don't take my word. Don't just take my word. Lord Buddha said, you have to check it out. So this statement, if you give to others, you will have possessions. If you keep your morality, you'll be happy. We want to believe, yeah, we say we already just now we already said, yeah, okay, Sema Kebu is that kind of being. I think I can trust him, I can rely on him. But Lord Buddha says, don't take my word. You have to check it out. How to check it out? He says that examine it like a gold. Examine like gold. Very famous tree test. There's a very famous tree test called Chepasum. Hi, Aisu. Nice to see you back. Okay. Yes. No say, check it out. Check it like a gold. The tree test, Chepasum. The tree test, very famous. Lord Buddha say, don't just take my word. Okay. Check it. Test it like a gold. How to test it like a gold? I go and find for you. Okay. I remember the two, but the first one I forget. So I go and dig so I don't give the wrong one. I found it finally. Yeah, this one. Lord Buddha say, rub it, cut it, and melt it. How to test it like a gold? Rub the thing, cut it, and melt it. This is called the tree test. Okay, it means the tree test. You will learn about this in your ACI 15 again. This one I take from ACI 15. Okay, so the three tests will be Chepasum will be rub it, cut it, and melt it. Test it like a gold. Okay. How to test it? So number 1 will be what the Buddha say cannot be disproved by your own direct perception. Number 1. Number 2, the thing that Lord Buddha say cannot be disproved by your airtight reasoning. Number 3, what the Buddha say never contradict what he said earlier on, not inconsistent. What he say now is not inconsistent with what he said earlier on. So these are called the 3 tests. Okay, so let's zoom into the first one. Okay, the first one is Ngun Sung Ngunsum, we learn ngunsum, right? Direct valid perception. That one is jepa, jepa, jepa. What is that already? Who can help me? Jepa. Let me check. The jepa is the deductive reasoning. Jepat sema, yeah, jepat sema. Okay, jepat sema. Ngunsum sema is the direct valid perception. So ngunsum is the direct valid perception. Gi is by, me is not, and nepa. Kashila said nepa, nepa, cannot be nepa, cannot be nepa, yeah, it cannot be nepa. Okay, so ngunsum gi mi nepa means that what he say cannot be nepa, cannot be disproved by my own any of my direct perception, my direct experience. Okay, so that's the first test. Again, I say the first test will be what the Buddha say cannot be nepa, N-U-P-A, nepa, cannot be cancelled, cannot be disproved by my own direct perception. So I want to take the first example, the famous four Arya truth. The first Arya truth is the Arya truth of suffering. So he says that everything about this life is suffering. The nature of this life is suffering. So we want to see my own direct perception or experience. Whether can that be cancelled by my own direct perception or experience or not. So my own direct experience or perception will be, oh, I can feel that obviously I got back pain now. Okay. And I'm not as fit as I used to be. Okay, and I don't look as cute as I used to be. Okay. And sometimes I find that I don't have enough money. I just feel not satisfied. I'm not happy. I have mental affliction. Okay. You have relationship problem. You're not happy with this person, not happy with that person. Okay. And even if I'm happy, after a while, I'm not happy. Okay. I don't get the things that I want. Okay. Even I get the things I want, after that, I'm not happy. Yeah, check in your real life. You want to have a job. When you get the job, then you're not happy after a while. You want to have a partner. You finally get a partner. After a while, you're not happy with your partner. You want to have money. Then you get some money. Then you're still not happy. You kind of feel you need more, or you just feel not enough. And obviously, I see people around me dying. And I know I will also die, and then I will be forced to be separated from my loved ones. I have problems in life. So what Buddha say just now, that statement, can that be disproved by my own direct experience or not? Can I disprove it? I cannot, right? So that is the first one. We are not trying, no, I'm not going to show you. Let me finish off first. You think about it. And then the next one will be, okay, so the first one, are you okay now? The first one, the statement that he says in the first Arya truth cannot be disproved by my own direct perception. You can see that it's in negative. One challenge is when we learn ACI, a lot of things are in negative, for me. You cannot say that. Proof by what? It's not proof, it's disproved. Cannot be disproved by my own direct experience or perception. Do you agree not for the first one? If yes, it's type 1, no, it's type 0. I think we have lived long enough to have the problems to agree with that. Yeah, we live long enough. Try talking to the younger people and see. Yeah, so they still have a lot of happy moments. Yeah, it's true. We are happy. Yeah, we have happy. I'm not saying we are not happy. Yeah, we are happy. We are thankful. We are grateful. But those things that we are happy, they eventually degenerate. Then we feel not happy or we lost it, you know. Yeah. So if you live long enough and if you are aware or mindful, then you will come to the conclusion, yeah, even the good things and even the good thing bring us suffering. Okay, thanks for your response. Okay, the second one will be what the Buddha says cannot be napa, cannot be cancelled, cannot be disproved by airtight reasoning. So we learn about airtight reasoning, right? So I'm going to try to come up with a logical statement. Okay, consider the nature of this life. It is suffering because we can see things degenerate. We can see 生老病死. We can see people grow old, sick, and die. There's no happiness that lasts. So you can work with your own logical statement, and then you see whether it is airtight or not. Yeah. Okay, one, the things degenerate. We see the nature of this life, things degenerate. It apply to that, yes. 1 and 3. Then 3, 2. If things degenerate, it is suffering. Yeah. If not 2, then not 3. If it is not suffering, then it is not suffering if things do not degenerate, sorry. So, okay. So we say that the statement cannot be contradicted by correct airtight reasoning. My teacher never showed me this example, so I'm trying to come with this logical statement like that. Huh? So then the last one will be nothing that he ever said contradict what he said earlier. Nothing he ever said before contradict what he said earlier. There's no inconsistency. Wow, it seems that Lord Buddha, he does contradict himself throughout his career. One example would be, he said that Ma Dang Pa Ni Seja Xing. Ma is mother, Dang is aunt, Pa is father, Ni Seja, I don't know, here write kill, I don't know this word, and Xing, aunt. Okay, just in English, kill your father and mother. So, Lord Buddha, he taught Vinaya for many, many, many years, right? He teach us to keep our morality, to be good, don't hurt people. We know that. And he say how important your parents are, right? He teaches us, your parents are your high karmic object, you know. Yeah. And he say kill your father and mother. Seems to be contradict, right? Inconsistency, right? So when there are inconsistency, we will do another, I don't want to call it test, 3 rules. We want to check it out, whether Buddha really meant it the way he said or not. Did he mean it literally, or did he, maybe we need to figure out what he really meant. So when we see that there is inconsistency, we want to check with the 3 rules to interpret Buddha if he speaks figuratively or literally. We want to know what the Buddha really meant when he said that, or when Buddha didn't mean what he said. We want to find out. So the 3 rules would be, I don't like to follow this order, okay, but okay, for me it would be, the first one would be contradict. Did what he say contradict what I know? Did what he say offend everything that makes sense to me? Everything that makes sense to me. How can I kill my father and mother? Right? It totally offend whatever I know. 100% contradict what I already know. Doesn't make sense at all. So the first thing must be, there must be a contradiction. Okay, then you have to think, why he say that? Okay, the first thing, there must be contradiction. Then you have to start to ask the second question. Why he say that? You have to think about his true intention. Number 2, true intention. Why he say that? He teaches Vinaya what? He teaches to keep our morality. He teaches not to hurt people. He cannot be saying, kill your father and your mother. Okay, so the first one is a contradiction. It must be a very, 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 like 100% doesn't make sense to you. It contradict with everything that you know, everything that makes sense to you. Then number 2, you try to think about what is his true intent. What exactly he mean, what he have in mind. Okay, he was speaking to a group of ordained people. The setting is he was speaking to a group of ordained people. So we think about, he want to tell them not to be attached. Okay, he want to tell them, don't be attached. Don't be attached to your parents. Okay, maybe he can see that those ordained people, those monks, is like their attachment is kind of like holding them back from their spiritual progress. Hold them back from their spiritual progress. So he need to say like that, okay? Kill your father and your mother. Then you will be thinking, you want to say like, he can just say, don't be attached lah. Correct or not? What he want to say, kill your mother and kill your father, just say don't be attached, okay? But why he's not saying that? Number 3, he has a compelling need. He has a compelling need. What is compelling need? He want to shock them, want to give them a shock, wake them up. So when you hear that, you'll got a shock also, isn't it? Same thing, right? So he want to shock that his audience so that they wake up and they forever they can remember his statement. They will never forget. Okay, so I'll show you again the 3 rules. So the 3 rules to determine whether he is speaking figuratively or literally. I start off with number 2. I like to start off with number 2 because it makes more sense to me that what he said contradict what I know. Contradict, offend everything that makes sense to me. That's number 1. How can he ask me to kill father and mother when he has been teaching morality? He teach me and tell me to keep my morality, not to hurt people. Okay, so number 2, that bring me to ask myself, what is his true intention? What he has in mind? Why he say that? Oh, he want us not to be attached. Okay. Yeah, he want us not to be attached. Then he can just say, don't be attached. But why he not saying that? Because he has a compelling need. He has a compelling need to make this statement to achieve a certain purpose. He has a compelling need. He want to shock the people. He want to wake them up. Yeah, when you hear like that, sure, you can forever remember, right? You can forever remember, you won't forget. So that is his compelling need. And this is in your question 4, okay? Name and describe the 3 ground rules for interpreting the Buddha, for deciding that something which Lord Buddha said was meant only figuratively and not literally. So just like I mentioned about, I start with B, right? Contradiction. It offend everything that makes sense to me. I know that I shouldn't kill my father and mother. Something is wrong with this statement, so there must be a contradiction. Number 2, true intent. Okay, what he have in mind when he said that? Oh, he meant not to be attached. Yeah. He know that we are so attached that it is kind of like holding us back from our spiritual progress. He said that because he want to help the students to remove the bad quality. So for us, we say, okay, understand. Don't be attached. Why you cannot just say don't be attached? Because he has a compelling need. We have a compelling need or purpose. Okay, to say something, to shock you, to wake you up, and you'll remember forever. You won't forget what he said. Okay, this is in your question 4. Okay, now tell me, what are the 3 ground rules? What is it for? My question to you. What is it for? What are the 3 ground rules for? For what? To help you to recap and understand better. Why we need the 3 ground rules? When we use the 3 ground rules? When I want to know, want to guess the 3 ground rules for yes, correct. To know what the Buddha really meant. Did he really mean it literally? Or did he mean it figuratively? He don't really mean it. Yeah. Did he really mean it or not? Yeah. So it is used to interpret what the Buddha really meant. And in the higher school is very easy. Everything that the Buddha, if the Buddha teach emptiness, then it is literal. That is what the Buddha want to teach you, want to tell you, literally. Anything about emptiness is literal. Anything not about emptiness, they are all figurative for the higher school. Because Buddha only want to teach you emptiness. But they are teaching other stuff. Why? Because they need to bring you up. Yeah, right. And you have to figure it out. Okay, so the 3 rules, what are the 3 rules? What are the 3 rules? Who can tell me? What is the first one? Okay, true intent. You can follow the sequence there. True intent, what he really mean, why he want to say that, what he have in mind. Okay, contradict what I know. That is easier for me. I will start off with that one, but of course you can start in any way. Yeah, totally. When I heard that, contradict what I know. Why he say like that? Yeah, it doesn't make sense at all. Yeah. And the last one, yes, he has a need. He has a compelling need. Yeah, very good, Zane. Compelling need to shock us. Yes. Yeah. Does it shock you? Yeah, it does shock me for a while. Why you say that? I thought he's teaching us Vinaya. What he's asking us to keep our morality, be a good person, don't hurt people. That is the foundation of everything. And then suddenly you say, kill your father and kill my mother. It's telling us not to be attached. Attachment. Attachment is really holding us back from our spiritual progress. I was talking to one very senior student, one friend, a long time. I'm very thankful to her. She's really my 恩人, my benefactor. And now she moved to a very big house. Then her children all grown up. Then she was telling me now in the house, people always say close one eye, open one eye in the eye at home, right? She say now she closed both eyes. No attachment. She closed both eyes. She only focused on her practice. So funny, you know. She said, I don't understand why those people are so old. They always want to fight with their husband, fight with their children, you know, not happy with this, not happy. The house now is so big. She said she got no comment at all, you know. They want to do anything, just do, you know, don't get her involved, you know. She closed both eyes. So funny, you know. Yeah, there's a Chinese saying that we always say close one eye, ma. Yeah, right now. But this one say close both eyes. So funny. Yeah, rejoice for her wisdom. She's very kind. She always helped me. Yeah, I'm very thankful to her. She never give up on me. Mm. And she was telling me, she said, Rachel, do you remember not long time ago when I was in DCI, I went there then. She said, I told you before. I said, one day you will outshine me. You will become very, very outstanding. I said, no lah. Just then that day she was asking, she said, remember last time I told you this before? Oh, so incredible. I see her face changing so much. I see her ears getting bigger and bigger. You know, the Chinese got one superstitious or whatever, like, you know, her ears get, she's very skinny, but the ears get bigger and bigger and very like fat, you know. So I said, wow, I said, you look like a bodhisattva to me, you know. Wow, you know, so different. Her whole face looks so different now. The complexion, then the ears, especially the ears, very obvious. Very, very obvious. Okay. So that are the three rules, so help you to understand. So now you tell me, just now from beginning, we learned about the three tests. What is that for? Remember we learned the three tests? What are the three tests for? Yes, to check what the Buddha say. Totally correct, right? Yeah, very good to check what he say. The Buddha is totally correct. We want to know whether what he say, okay, can we rely on that or not? We want to first of all find out whether what he say is it can be disproved but what we already directly experienced by airtight reasoning or by cannot be disproved by any inconsistent. If yes, if really they pass the three tests, then we can take the authority. Then we can rely on the authority. Okay? Yeah, that is a difference. One is a three test, the other one is three rules. Okay, so I want you to put it in your mind. I want you to put in your mind, give you time to digest. I get very confused, to be very honest, after I learned about this class, the three tests and the three rules. I totally mix up. I really don't know what they're talking about, and I get very confused. So I want you to spend a little bit of time to really think about that. You have to satisfy all the three tests. The three tests must pass, must pass the three tests, not just one. The Lord Buddha say, don't take what I say. Okay, yeah, you have to check it out. How to check it out? Lord Buddha says, do the three tests. Test it like the gold. What are the three tests? The three tests is called Chepasum. What he say cannot be disproved by any direct perception. You cannot disprove it. If you cannot disprove it, now we already say we rely on authority reason. We already just now say that he can see everything. Yeah, he can see all the things totality and also their ultimate nature, everything directly, simultaneously, fresh, direct perception. Okay, we say we want to rely. Yeah, so this is what he say. Jinpei, Longche, Trimkey, Day, and many other things that he taught us. He got teach us many, 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 many things, right? But can we rely on what he say or not? Can we take his words or not. So we do the 3 tests. I was really struggling when I was a student, and I find that the statement cannot be disproved. It doesn't prove it. I don't know whether you have that in mind. I shouldn't tell you. Later you question me. I was wondering, you cannot disprove doesn't mean it is true. Okay, so I don't quite buy it at all. You see, cannot disprove. So what? And there's only one statement. Okay. Then I was really struggling with all this logic, but I can share only in my opinion. Okay, I can't say I can't say, I'm not sure. I didn't hear from a teacher. I relate from what I learned. Like, you remember in ACI 2, we say, if you check that if one Martian, you remember Martian, Mars, the being from the Mars, planet Mars, if I can prove one Mars exists, I don't have to prove 2, 3, 4, 10 Martians. So same thing here. I was struggling with that. So I'm trying to work it out in my mind, in my meditation. And that's how I find the connection. I'm sharing you my experience. I'm not saying this is not from my teacher, okay? I didn't hear from anywhere. So by proving the first area truth, not proving, by taking that one thing, we are trying to see if what he say, the statement, cannot be disproved by my direct experience, okay? Because the first area truth is something that we ourselves can confirm, right? Yeah, we will talk about that in chapter 6. So I use that as an example because that is the only thing that I can directly confirm, okay? So what Lord Buddha say cannot be disproved by my direct experience, number one. Okay, and then what he say cannot be disproved by the airtight reasoning, and there is no inconsistency after I've done the 3 rules. Okay. So if they cannot be disproved, okay, I cannot prove that, but I can rely on the authority. That is my way. I come to that, to see how it works. Do you get what I say? Yeah. Okay, Zane say yes. Yeah. Because I was really struggling, I said, after I learned about all these things, wow, what kind of logic is that? I can totally, wow, I tell you, really, it was really, I just put it one and I just don't care, But by preparing all this, as I keep on thinking about that, I relate to like ACI 2, you prove one, I prove one Martian as exists. I don't need to prove 2, I don't need to prove 3. If I prove one thing have no nature of their own, I don't have to prove 2 things don't have nature of their own, 3 things don't have nature of their own. Correct or not? If I prove 1 tree don't have a nature of their own, I don't have to prove 2 trees don't have their nature of their own. I don't have to prove 3 trees don't have their nature of their own. So that is how I come to the conclusion, my way of thinking, Otherwise, I was really struggling with that. And the 3 test is to show me that if what Lord Buddha say, cannot be cancelled by this, cannot be disproved by my own experience, by airtight reasoning, there's no inconsistency. Okay lah. I cannot prove that it's correct, but if it cannot be disproved, then I can rely on the authority. Yeah. Okay. So I hope you bring back, you see clearly, one is the 3 tests, one is the 3 rules. They are not the same. If what Lord Buddha says cannot be disproved by the 3 tests, then I can take his word. I can take that as an authority. Okay, I'm checking what he say now. That is the 3 tests. Okay. And then the other one, the 3 rules, is when I just want to check the third one, the test number 3, when there is inconsistency, I just want to check whether what Buddha say, do he really mean it or not? Is he saying it literally or figuratively? So I got the 3 ground rules to find out whether he said he really mean it or not. Yeah. What are the 3 ground rules? We mentioned just now. Contradiction, then there is a, what is this, true intent, and there's a compelling need. It seems not much, but it's very difficult for me. I don't know, ACF4, everything is difficult for me. Nothing is easy for me. Nothing, not a single one. So even though if you finish, but you really need to think about it. Okay, so this is in your question 4 we have done. Then this is in your question 3, which is the 3 ways to find out whether Buddha is totally correct or not. Yeah. Whereas so long it cannot be disproved, then yeah, I can rely on what he say. Okay, and then I won't go into this detail. I take some from ACI 15. Okay, and the last one, this is a different topic already. We learned Sema Kebu, right? Today we are going to learn Sema Gyupa. Sema Gyupa, Sema Gyupa. The one who turned correct. From the word turn correct, you know that he is not correct first. He is not correct from beginning. He is not enlightened from the beginning because he turned correct, then only he turned correct. He is not correct from the beginning. He also got problem like me. He's a naughty boy like us. Okay. And then he did something. Okay, he attend ACI class, or I don't know, maybe I don't know where he did attend ACI or not. He learned something. He followed a path. Okay, and then he turned correct. Then he become correct. Okay. So Sema Gyupa. This is what we want to be, to become a Sema Gyupa. Are you already enlightened? I'm not enlightened. Do you have problems? I have problems. Okay. Am I correct? No, I'm not correct yet. I'm not totally correct yet. Okay, so I'm at position A. Okay. And then position B will be, we want to be Sema Gyupa. We want to become this being that has turned correct, that have only valid perception, and have valid perception all the time. Yeah. And we only have Sema all the time. We are correct. And so if we are correct, we have become a Sema Gyupa, then we can go on to help other people. Why we can go and help people? If you remember from beginning, just now we say omniscient, because you know everything, right? You know all totality, all the things. You know everything. You know their conventional nature and the ultimate nature. Right? So you have the, beyond that, you have this omniscient mind that can really help others. How to help others? Teach them. Teach them what they need to give up and what they need to take up. You can only teach them. You cannot go to school. Your mother cannot go to school for you. Right? So we can only teach them. We cannot go to school for them. We have to do it ourselves, so that they also have to do it themselves. We have to do it ourselves, then they also have to do it themselves. We can only teach them. So there are two implications here. The turn is very important. Means that he is not always a Buddha. Right? He turned, number one, he turned to become a Buddha from an imperfect state. Means that he is like you and I don't know, maybe you're already Buddha, you pretend to be here. Okay. But for me, I'm not. So I would say that he was not correct, not enlightened. He was naughty boy. He got a lot of problems. Okay, from the beginning. Then he turned from that stage. That's the first thing. That's very important. Then number two, then how he turned? He followed a path. to become a Buddha. You follow a path. Like what we are learning in ACI, they show us the path, the three principal paths. How we can become a Buddha. We follow the path. We learn ACI, study, study, study. Contemplate, contemplate, contemplate. Meditate, meditate, meditate. Serve, serve, serve. Right? And do your practice. Yeah. Follow the path. The mind, the three principal path. Renunciation, the mind that want to get out of this lousy, this broken world, this body and mind that is this samsaric condition and experience. Then what about the renunciation? Then bodhicitta, the mind that want to become a Buddha for the sake of all beings. Then the correct view of emptiness. Yeah. You have this correct view of emptiness, the understanding of emptiness. Your mind is imbued with this correct view of emptiness. Okay, we want to be a Semagyupa. Okay, now there are things that I want you to think about. The first thing just now from beginning, we learn Semakebu, right? Semakebu, the being who has valid perception, who cannot lie. Very important, huh? So if he's a being with valid perception all the time and he cannot lie, I can trust him, right? Number two, to me, I mean, my own other way, I last time when I learned all this, I don't know why we want to learn so much on all these things, you know. So now slowly I see the connection, how the pieces fall together. Then number two, just now we learned about omniscience. Why we want to talk about omniscience just now? That see everything, totality, and then can see the ultimate nature. So they want to tell us, oh, wow, this is what they can see, but my mind is so small. So I can rely on somebody who can see all things, who can see the true nature of reality. So very important, huh? Then number three, Semagyupa. Semagyupa, he is someone who already make it. Yay! Of course, when you want to learn to play guitar, you find someone who already know how to play the guitar, right? You want to be successful, you go and find someone who is already successful. Yeah. So he already done it. Then he can show us the path. So I see the three important things here, the relationship, but we have to do it ourselves. Like, mom cannot go to school for you. You have to do it yourself. I have to do it myself. Every one of us have to do it ourselves. Okay, I want you to type in the chat now we finish the class. What is your takeaway today? Before I go for your meditation assignment, what is your takeaway today? What is your key takeaway?
Yeah, I can share first.
Yes.
The lesson I take away, I think about three ground rules, like you said, three ground rules. Yeah, a true intent, true intent, contradiction, and need. Yeah, I take away is not just for Buddha teaching, but there are many things we learn outside beside Buddha teaching. I think so. Can use it. Yeah.
Yeah, very good, Neil.
Okay.
Yeah, I really like that. In fact, I also use it in my life, in relationship. And sometimes you don't take the word for what it is. And I try to look behind why they say it that way. What is the thing? Why are they saying that? Then you can feel that they feel hurt inside. Yeah, there is something inside them. If we can understand, it makes a relationship better. Okay, I like that, Neil. Oh yeah. So why there is I forget one thing. Today I teach without referring to my notes. I thought I'm very clever already. Okay. Normally I got my notes beside me a lot. I refer. And today I never check my notes. Yes, I didn't remember one thing. Why do we think there is inconsistency in the Buddha's teaching? It's actually meant for different level of students. And I can relate one thing is that when I was teaching in kindergarten, I teach small kids. The way you teach is different, isn't it? Right. The way you speak is so different. Right. You have to say in a short sentence, direct short sentence. You teach them maths. I remember you have to take the ball and count like that. 1, 2, put in another basket, 3. Then when they go to primary school, when they're older, you teach it in a different way. Right. Then when they're much older, the equation can go another direction. Remember in secondary school, I remember sometimes got many steps one, right? Sometimes I always like to skip the step. I look at number 1, then very fast I come to the answer. I never get full marks, even though I get the answer correct, because I always skip the steps. To me, I thought this one can jump to this one already, but the teacher want step 1, step 2, step 3, then only step 4 the answer. But for me, step 1, then step 4. Okay. So, but there's no inconsistency. And they say that the more you study, the more advanced you are, you will find that there is no inconsistency in everything that the Lord Buddha taught. And I get a glimpse of that in my meditation recently, because I was really struggling also, you see. I was really struggling. I was like looking, I was like, suddenly can see some, but it's not a very strong, I need to do more meditation, more thinking on that. I'm still trying, you see. And I want to share what Lord Tsongkhapa says. I miss up one slide. Yeah, he said that when you reach a really good state in your Buddhist education, this one is a quote from Geshe Michael, who quote J. Tsongkhapa, okay? He says that when you reach a real good state in your Buddhist education, when you become really knowledgeable about Buddhism, you will realize that there is not one statement in the scripture that contradicts another statement in the Buddhist scripture. You will not find it. And the more you study and the deeper you study, you will find that there is not one statement in Buddhist scripture that contradicts another statement. Okay, so it's for different level of students. Okay, just like the first turning of the wheel, Lord Buddha say, oh, everything is suffering. Things have a nature. The nature of life is suffering. And the second turning of the wheel say, things have no nature of their own. There's no nature at all. And we learn the Heart Sutra, no ear, no eyes, no what, right? And then, isn't it he contradict himself? Looks that way, but it's for different groups of students. We will learn that in ACI 15. And then at different point in time, it seems that he contradict himself, like he teach different schools, right? He teach the lower school. The way they look at emptiness is different. We learn in ACI 1, right? We say we can group them into 3 groups: the functionalists, the independent school, and the consequent school, right? Then for them, the understanding of emptiness and the yuan qi, the dependent origination, is different. Why? It's for different groups of students, and that is how you bring them up. Yeah. So be very, very happy even if you don't understand. That little piece of information that you get from here and there will eventually come together and make more sense. Yeah. It really make more sense to me. I cannot say I understand everything, but it does make much more sense than when I was first listening to this. I'm very pissed off, I say, because we are the traditional way of studying. Just give me the answer, okay? Okay, just give me the answer. I don't want to know so many things, Just tell me the higher school, the correct one. Okay? But it seems that even you think that you're higher middle way, my teacher always challenged me, but actually you are not higher middle way. And then I start to observe my own mind. True enough, I'm not higher middle way. I think that we are higher middle way. We always think we are Madhyamika, Prasangika, the higher middle way, right? The higher school. Right? We learn that everything coming from our seeds is our projection, but the way we look at things is also no. Even the way we say that statement, we are still holding it on to like, I am like that projection. It is not. Actually, we are like that. Moment by moment, me and my world. It's frightening moment by moment. And that is very difficult because that is not the way we look at the thing. Okay, let me look at your takeaway. Zane say, use the 3 tests and the 3 rules and practice until one day I can become Sema Gyupao. I love that. Yeah, we have to try. And that is possible because if things are empty, then we can become a Sema Gyupao. If things are not empty, you're stuck with this body and mind, okay? Cannot change. Your problem will be with you forever. But it's not. We can see that things change. Our life get better. The more we study all this, I'm not saying there are no problem. We still got problems. But the way we look at problem is different. And definitely life is so much better. Then Richie say, now I can understand how different I see things from Buddha's value perception. Yeah, Richie, I really love that. I never thought about that when I study because I was preparing for this only. I really, oh my God, I know how to memorize. I'm like the parrot, When I think about, oh my God, when I look at the thing, it's just like that. But what Sema Kebu, look at the things, everything, totality. What is totality? Wow, if you think about all existing things, everything in the universe, I already want to faint. Some more they say past, present, future. I even want to faint 2 times. Okay. And some more they add one more. They can see the ultimate nature at the same time. Wow, faint the 3rd time. So I can see how small I am. What I know is surely not correct. Yeah. Otherwise, we think we are very clever. I think we are correct. I always think I'm very clever. I Sue say, 3 tests and 3 rules need to cook a bit on this, also from imperfect turn to Buddha, and there is a path to that. Yeah. Okay, yeah, we need to cook. And then the imperfect, yeah, that's the best thing. I think one thing that resonates a lot will be they are from imperfect, then they become perfect. So we can become like that. If somebody is already perfect, like from beginning, then what makes you think that why I'm like that, I can become that one? How? Cannot, isn't it? That's why I like to read those biography of people who are successful. They always say, oh, how poor they are, how terrible their situation. And then they become, wow, then you say, wow, he can do it, I can do it also. So KL Wang says, 3 ground rules, know what the Buddha really want to tell us. Yeah. I think that is so important. That is so important, especially now. There are so many, should I say religion? I don't know, so many things that people teach us outside, right? But how we know that is correct, how we know if that is what they really meant it that way. Maybe it's for certain group of students, right? Then Emerald say, understand more the words Huten. They are more insight than I have thought. Yeah. Huten, correct. Yeah. I just joined. Need to digest the fact. Oh, you. Okay. Watch the recording again, Angela. Jenny say,
Teacher Richard, I go
yeah.
through the notes. I go through the notes while we are talking. So can you explain the ground rules or not? Because I don't understand the ABC statement. The true intent contribution.
Okay, can shortly. Yeah, I finish this one first. Okay. Jenny say, challenge me to think more on the three tests and the rules, not taking what I learned literally to help me in that path. Yeah. I think one good thing about is that a lot of thinking. Really it helped me to think, I think, how should I put it? Might be clever, but not thinking. But ACI helps you to think, polish the thinking, and therefore build up your wisdom. Lin say everyone can become Buddha. There is the path to reach enlightenment. Yay! We have to be very rejoiced and be very happy of past goodness to come to the correct teaching. In a way, I'm very sure I'm on the right path, on the correct teaching. That is so useful. I don't know how long we'll reach there, but at least we all know we're on the right track. That is the most important. I'm on the right vessel, right track, right lineage. So they don't bring me to Holland, don't bring me to other place. Say use the three tests and the three rules and practice until one day I can become Semagyupa. Yay! Yeah, as long as you quickly reach there and Zain, come back and help us. Okay. Quickly reach there. Come back and help us. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Got hope, got chance. I used to say, yeah, got hope, got chance. Exactly. Yeah, got hope, got chance. I really like that. I think living example is so important. Like myself, I do a lot of things. I want to show people the living example, Like I always tell people, I'm from zero, then how I become from not, yeah, something like that. I think it's very inspirational. So as a Buddha, from a naughty boy, then become enlightened being. That's very inspiring, right? Okay, wait. Yes, correct, Dean. Find your heart teacher who can teach you by planting seeds. That is not easy, but the relationship with your heart teacher is not easy also. But that will be very blessed if you have it. Yeah. Yeah. I have some struggle. I have a heart teacher. Yes. Okay. That's our class. Let me do a dedication that I'll come back to Angela's question. Oh, before that, okay, let me show you your meditation assignment first. What you need to do. Okay, so your memorization assignment, they ask you to memorize the 4 lines, 1 and then 3 of the root text mentioned in the reading. This one I find like crazy, during my time, I don't know what I memorized. I go and find it, oh my God, So I want to give you a different assignment. Okay, I give you a different assignment would be, I want you to memorize this one, Jinpei Launcher Trim Tea Day. Jinpei Launcher Trim Key Day. Okay, I want you to memorize this one instead. If you give, you have possession. If you keep your morality, you will be happy. So I want you to memorize this one. Okay, then the meditation will be, meditation will be whether there is any part of the Buddhist teaching on suffering, just now that I mentioned the first Arya truth, which contradict your own experience or not. Okay. All right, so let's do our dedication. So I invite you to close your eyes. I want you to be really, really happy that you have spent an hour plus to be in this class, to learn Dharma and collect the extraordinary seeds that will bring you from point A, where you are right now, and then it will bring you to point B, to see the perfect world and to become a Semagyupa. And so be very, very happy and know that it will happen because things are empty. The fact that I am empty, you are empty, the teaching is empty, the perfect world is empty. And therefore, we can become a Semagyupa because everything is coming from our mental seeds. And when you become a Semagyupa, you can really then help others in the deep and ultimate way. You have this omniscient mind that will be able to really know how to help people in the deep and ultimate way, what they need to really give up and what they need to take up. You have the capacity to really teach them and guide them and help them. And want to do an act of truth. And if it is true that we are really trying to study and learn and to become a better person, then may this thing, all this come true, that we will become a Semagyupa. Okay, so you can bring your mind back to your breath and you can open your eyes when you're ready. Okay. All right, that ends our class today. I will explain to Angela